I gotta wait for the traffic here, and this is typical Long Island stuff. And away we go. Alright, it's cool. We're here with Jeff Perazzi, Frank's big brother. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? Are you from where Frank's from? And
I'm from my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Bayshore, Long Island, and then moved all over. Then we moved to Spencer, New York. That's where I spent most of my youth. And then after that, I traveled a bunch. Went to college out in Washington State.
What's cool?
I went to South Sound, Puget Sound Community College for
Cool.
a stint.
Did you do cooking there?
No, I cooked in a restaurant there. That's actually how I got my start in cooking. I've always kind of cooked in restaurants or waited tables and stuff like that. But that's where I sort of started to fall in love with the line, like working on the line and like doing, just like
The whole
sweet
everything.
dance.
Yeah.
The sweet dance of when something works perfectly. That's where it all started, was there. And then I really nailed it after that in Ithaca, when I came back to Ithaca, and I worked for Danya Hutnick for a while.
Where'd you first work at? Is the place still around?
In Ithaca?
Yeah.
Well, the first place I worked at when I first got back to Ithaca was the Oasis, which is now the Green Star that's under the DeWitt Mall.
Yeah.
And I baked bread there. And after that, I worked at the Old Home Dairy, which is now like some sort of like tribe place or something like that. The Yerba Mate spot.
Oh, yeah.
Is that still open?
Yeah, Monte's still there.
Okay, so
Shout out Monte.
Shout out Monte. So that used to be the Old Home Dairy, which is the people who own the carriage house used to run that.
Oh, cool.
So I worked with them for a long time.
And
that's how I met Danya. It was actually on the Commons. He said, I heard you can cook. I said, I don't know, maybe. And he's like, if you want a job, come tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So I went in there at 5, and maybe a little after 5, and he yelled at me and told me I was late. And so I, next day, had to start coming earlier. And he really kind of taught me the artistry of like flavor and food, and just kind of like how to kind of be a little free with expressing yourself with the flavor a little, like feeling like a certain ingredient and why you want to put it in there, and if it makes sense to you and it tastes great, like why not do it? It's like
how do you pick like new food trends, and how do you find like this is what I want to cook with now? Like cauliflower might be the new
foods.
Yeah,
I'm fortunate enough to work in New York City, so I get to go to like all the cool markets and hot little fucking spots and check out all the little things.
Are you constantly eating at fancy schmancy restaurants?
Not so much fancy schmancy restaurants, but I like to eat at a lot of little holes in the ground. But I do read a lot of fancy schmancy menus. Like I'll walk by a lot of restaurants and like look at the menu and see what everybody else is doing, kind of thing, and kind of just see where I'm at with my ideas. And like, and sometimes I'll see like a flavor combo that'll interest me, and I'll explore it.
Or like an ingredient, I guess, leading into my next question, an ingredient that you think is top.
Well, also ingredients, I have a lot of great purveyors that I work with, some specialty purveyors in particular. Sid Wainer and Son, shout out Sid Wainer and Son.
What do they do for everyone else who doesn't know?
They're a specialty purveyor. They do fruits and vegetables and a whole line of other specialty things, but I like to use them. They help me out with a lot of that kind of stuff.
So they'll actually say to you, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah,
they'll
blah.
just say these are new things on the market that are really cool. Like the guy that I work with in particular, he was a chef and now sells food, and he sees like cool things that come across his table, and he'll call me and say, dude, you gotta see these things. Like for a while, finger limes were like these really cool things. They were like these little limes that look like little kind of wrinkly fingers, and when you pop them open, each kernel of citrus looks like a pearl of like caviar. Pink or like yellow citrus. It was really cool. So it was like stuff like that. He would like show me, and I'd be like, whoa. So then I'd go and then blow the minds of my bosses, because they'd be like, where do you find this stuff?
Yeah.
I get lucky. So I'm lucky like that. And I love fucking excuse my language, I love social media.
You're always up on it, for people who don't know.
Yeah, Forking Chef.
Forking
Instagram,
Chef.
Twitter. Jeff Perazzi, I think, on Facebook. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe so.
And, also with a new company that I'm starting with Jack, the JK Chef Collection, I'm linking a ton of chefs together and talking to a lot of chefs and building a lot of relationships with those chefs, and that's another way that I'm trying to also kind of stay up on trends and kind of doing kind of the new thing.
Always looking to meet another chef. Anyone who wants
somebody who wants to share and just experience food and not be pretentious, because fuck that.
I guess if anyone thinks that they're good enough to work for you, they should email you. And
please, Jeff@jkchefcollection.com. Anytime, drop me an email, drop me a resume. You want to talk questions, or you just want to try to get on the team and talk about being on the team, let me know.
Oh, you're just like your brother. Look at that. Everyone should know how great the Parazis are. They're team players. Yeah. Everyone who doesn't know, all the Parazis have like a serious weakness for being nice guys.
Yeah, we're pretty nice people.
Yeah, even though they're Italian, don't be confused. They bike too, you know.
Well, don't confuse the sweetness.
Yeah, people love to do that. People love to do that. So what makes a good chef?
What makes a good chef? I guess you have to have a good palate.
Passion?
Passion or dedication and humility and, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to sell a college ad or something, an ad for the army. But, I think you have to just...
the food army.
Yeah, being a chef isn't always just about being super creative and making like awesome fun dishes and it's about repetition and about getting things right, nailing it over and over and over the same way every night, and giving that service with a smile and sending that piece of fish back 6 times when she's obviously doesn't know what medium rare is.
That happens, I feel, to every chef at some point.
Yeah, and to be able to do it with a smile at the end of the night, just still loving it. Yeah, I think that's what really makes a great chef, like the guys who just truly love it, I'm sure there's amazing technicians out there too.
So how do you test your ingredients for this is what I want to use, like this maple bacon seasoning?
Oh, I taste it.
Oh, so you just put your finger in the seasoning, eat it?
I taste it. If you ask somebody, can I taste this? Oh, well, 9 times out of 10 you can, especially at a specialty shop. You know what I mean? Like you go to a spice store, or go to a place that sells some sort of high-end spices.
So you always ask
if there's something that's going to cost, they'll have a salt for some reason, and they're charging $14 or $25 for a little tin of salt. They're selling it as some sort of amazing bourbon smoked salt. I want to taste it. Does the bourbon come through? How smoky is it? Is it worth $14? You know what I mean?
So I guess that leads us into our next question. What's going to be the next big food thing?
I don't know. The next big food thing? Bugs.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Do people really want to eat bugs? I don't know.
I don't know. I think sustainability is going to become real important real fast, and I think people are going to have to think about what they can eat to sustain. And I think if you can make bugs taste delicious, I think you're going to really that's the next real challenge.
Yeah.
And I think also local sustainable meats, like things like rabbits and squirrels and things that can be grown in fast numbers, and
deer.
Yeah, deer. Maybe.
We have to get over some of our emotional feelings, I think.
Yeah. I just think survival cooking.
Survival cooking. Now that leads me into a random question. Are you a camp cook? Do you like camp cooking, or do you prefer to be in a...
Yeah, I've definitely camp cooked. I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout when I was a young kid. And probably before Frankie was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So Frank doesn't remember.
No, maybe he remembers me as a Boy Scout. I was probably 13 or 14 when I was a Boy Scout, maybe. But the Cub Scouting, probably not. But yeah, we cooked all sorts of stuff on the fire. And I had the big thick handbook.
Yeah.
And I would try to read those recipes. Chop a potato with some ketchup and some chopped meat. Put it in your backpack and throw it on the coals when they're just right.
So Frank says you're his biggest inspiration, and the reason he even thought about having a career in food. I know this is one of those sappy questions. What do you think about this? Are you honored? Do you feel like...
Of course I'm honored. I'm honored. I love my brother so much. He's shit. I don't even know what to say. It's, my brother's awesome. I think I'm flattered for him to say that, and, for him to look up to me, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's repeatedly told me if he didn't know someone like you, he would have been a cop. You know, he was ready to join.
Yeah,
remember?
well, maybe it's a bit of the pirate in me. You know, well, you know, I became a chef because I really wanted to be a rock star and or like a DJ.
Oh, just like your brother.
Artist.
Your brother wanted to be a rock star too.
Yeah, and I can't sing or play an instrument very well, or I'm not dedicated enough to because it was too hard for me at the time. I don't know what it was that kept me out of it.
Just didn't work out.
It didn't work out, and I had a certain pinades for the kitchen. You know, a little bit of
So I guess let's get to the last two questions I have.
Shoot.
If you had to bring back a musician to life, who would it be and why?
Oh. You know, I have two answers.
Okay.
Two groups of people. I would bring back Jerry Garcia just to sing a few more times with the rest of the band, keep them together maybe, for all my hippie friends out there, and for that love. But then I also might bring back Biggie Smalls.
Oh.
'Cause I really miss.
You love that '90s rap.
I love that '90s rap. I miss the Big Papa. You know, that dude was amazing. I have a lot of great memories to his songs.
And the last question is your death row meal. What is the last meal you want in your life to eat?
The death row meal.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would be a multi-layered meal, I think. If I had to choose one thing,
It'd be huge.
Yeah, well, it's like, I think I'd want, like, definitely, like, something Italian, like some lasagna or something. And then I'd want maybe, like, a noodle bowl, like some sort of, like, tan ramen bowl or something. And then I'd want an egg roll and maybe some ribs.
Wow, you're really getting eclectic here. And then like a cake with pumpkin and apple inside.
We're talking my last meal.
I guess, right?
The last time I might taste food ever.
Clearly, you're not going for just a cheese pizza.
No, man. I want a little bit. I'd want a buffet, like a Vegas style buffet.
Oh my God! All you can eat, everything ready to go.
Just give me a few hours in here, and then I'll leave.
Would you want to cook
It's gotta be in like the Bellagio.
Would you want to cook it, or do you want a better chef cook it for you, like
I'd love
Ramsay?
to cook my own last meal. If I had to cook my own last meal for myself, I would probably. What do I really enjoy cooking for myself? I really enjoy braising meat or smoking meat all day.
Love smoking meat, huh?
Yeah.
You're good at it. I've had a few of those dishes.
Yeah, I like fire cooking in the fire, with the smoke.
So you gave us a lot to think about today. I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh man, I'm glad
I know you're busy with family time, being a private chef, starting this new business, all these cool things. Not to mention being a father and all these cool things you got going on. So
moving and shaking.
Yeah, and I know Frank appreciates it too. He's coming back from Florida right now, so.
Love you, Frank. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you had a great Christmas. Miss you. Happy New Year.